new settings. Where the hell do we start with this transfer new stuff, people? Keep your opinions and that coming. You know, this always appreciated, people. You lot make this platform what it is. Without you lot, this thing is dead. So yeah, it is what it is. Top of the morning, Fire. Hope you're doing well and safe. Come on. Thoughts on if Ramsdale is good enough for top four? So I think Ramsdale's calm. I think he's a 23-year-old, probably playing higher than his level said. Still a lot of inconsistencies in his positioning. Sometimes he's beaten at the near post too easily, but he's 23. There might come a scenario where we might have to upgrade on Ramsdale, but I defo think there's bigger priorities than that, man, really. Inter is no longer interested in Dybala. Here we have a chance. I wouldn't mind Dybala, but apart from being a shiny new toy and gassing the fans, it's not helping us at all, really. Like it's not a that thing, in my opinion. Like, where is he gonna play? Is he gonna bring goals? You know, Dybala's a fantastic player technically, but beyond that, you're wanting a lot more. If I'm completely honest with you, apparently Watford are to net 2 million from Richarlison's move to Spurs, really. And again, Tottenham have reached an agreement in principle. Arsenal defender Daniel Ballard is set to join Sunderland, people. So we'll see what happens in that regards. But looking at the transfer news or just some of these articles, tab police, leave me alone. You're about to see an unhealthy amount of tabs. Arsenal hold talks with Jack Wilshere over sensational return in search of under 23 and under 18s manager. One of my first videos on YouTube, you can actually go and search it. I said this guy would be a coach at Arsenal. I still got hope he'll one day be our manager. I don't know. Are you ready to call it a day, Jack Wilshere? I know you're playing in Denmark or something, but they're holding talks. And you know what? We need players that reflect what Arsenal's about. He's come through our academy. Obviously, we lost Daniel Mensch and Kevin Betsy. Bring him home. At 30 years of age, though, I'm not too sure if that's it, if you want to quit that now. But again, you could do the Nagelsmann thing, start now rather than later. So yeah, Jack Wilshere, we'll see what's going on there. Raphinha asks about other club ahead amid Chelsea 55 million transfer agreement. Chelsea are said to be waiting on Raphinha to close their big money transfer for the winger. Obviously, it's emerged they've agreed a £55 million deal. The deal has not yet progressed. Apparently, there's claims Chelsea is still waiting on the player to agree personal terms. There was rumours they agreed it broadly. According to reports, Raphinha still prefers a move to Barcelona and has asked his agent Deco to check on their interest one more time. Barca are understood to be interested, but financial difficulties are going to make it extremely difficult for them to complete a deal this summer. I think Chelsea will pull it off, but you've heard the emerging reports they're going for Richarlison, which I actually think Spurs have got that one done, but it's never over until the fat lady sings. Once again, Barca are battling with Chelsea to sign lead star Raphinha. Earlier this week, reports indicated the Blues have taken steps to secure the winger's signet services. Pardon me, yesterday, apparently, Gerard Romano stated Chelsea have an agreement in place with Leeds over the transfer fee, but are yet to convince the 25-year-old. This is giving the Catalan club hope. As Romero states, Barca are still alive in the transfer race. Chelsea's agreement with Leeds for the transfer is backed up by Brazil, this report, who state the two Premier League sides have agreed a deal of 55 to 60. Thomas Tuchel's side is waiting on a yes to conclude the deal, and they're still waiting on one last attempt. As you know, Deco was pictured at Barcelona's offices yesterday, and he apparently made the trip to Barca to seek an understanding, people. The player obviously has a verbal agreement over personal terms and a 5-year deal. So again, it's catch-22. Arsenal are going for a player whose first choice was Barca and then Chelsea. Chelsea have dotted I's and crossed the T's, but this guy's still whoring himself out for Barcelona. Barcelona have the player's interest, but in terms and a broad agreement for personal terms, and probably get him off Leeds cheaper. But finances, maybe a lot of it hinges on De Jong, Lynette, the long fee they're getting from Lynette, and obviously De Jong and maybe other salespeople. You know, his preference is to join Barcelona. He's given an ultimatum to them. If it's not possible for him to join Xavi, apparently Deco was tempted by Chelsea. Obviously, he's a former Chelsea man. Raphinha also wants clarity on whether Xavi's side will be able to fight with the Blues for his signature. And obviously, you've got Ousmane Dembele's contract speculation. So the next few hours are decisive to know the plans of the 25-year-old Leeds man currently. Gabriel Jesus is an Arsenal player, 101%. I don't know when official announcement will be due because these things are up to the club, but the documents are signed, and we've all seen the video. Is it here? Apparently, Jesus is not announcement is not expected today, but I'm freak you've all seen people once again spin the block again on that. Jesus is at the Emirates, isn't it? He's been in London the last few days. Documents have been signed. We've got our man. And this will probably end up on Arsenal's YouTube account at some point. So big up Gabriel Jesus. You can see it there. That's our man now. Start closing these things. Arsenal are yet to make another official offer. 700 of you locked in. Big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Arsenal are yet to make another official offer for Raphinha. Edu is wary before getting clarity on the situation from the player's agent, Deco, and he does not want to waste time. I hear that, but we're not involved. Fabrizio Romano said key hours ahead in the Raphinha deal. Chelsea will have direct talk with his agent today, waiting for an answer on personal terms. Both Barca and Arsenal are trying until the end. Leeds have full agreement with Chelsea, but also dependent on the players' side, people. Barcelona are now competing with both Arsenal and Chelsea to sign Raphinha from Leeds United, according to Fabrizio Romano. Apparently, some reports say he's actually the only club he's rejected is Spurs. Tottenham had also been in the picture, but they've instead gone for Everton forward Richarlison and are close to completing the deal, folks. Chelsea will have new contacts with Raphinha today to try and understand the situation with Raphinha. And at some point, when the Chelsea walk away and say, all right, cool, we could get you, but it's not even, I know people are snooty on he didn't want to play for us initially, which is Arsenal and to a degree Chelsea, but I think the game's the game. You can't begrudge him. At what point did Chelsea say, you know what, forget this dude? I don't know. Deco is still in Barcelona's offices. Dembele is still waiting for Barca to make a better offer. Osman Dembele's future may or may not impact what's going on, people. So I'll have to see. Dortmund won 120 million for Thingy. And obviously, they're trying to get Lewandowski to the carpet, people. Obviously, as you know, Dembele's contract ends today. If he renews the contract after that, then it will be treated as a new signing and not a contract renewal. Barca will face trouble registering him in La Liga. Chelsea want to complete Raphinha signing in the next 48 hours. If they fail to do so, Barca will have the upper hand, who themselves need more time. Everything's dependent on the player who has not yet decided. So again, they probably, if they tell him to wait, he'll wait. If it was your, as I said a few weeks ago or days ago, if it was your dream your whole life to sign for Barca and Barca are telling you wait a few weeks as they sort it out, bearing in mind we're just about getting into July, you would do that, wouldn't you? So we'll have to see what's going on. I'm pretty sure Chelsea, Arsenal, we're all tired of this and it's time to really just move on, really and truly. And once again, we got to go over all of these things before we get into Bellerin. Ben Jacobs, who's been leading the charge when it comes to these sort of stuff, if I'm completely honest with you. We're almost at 300 people. Come on. I thought you lot rocked with the guy, man. We need to get to 50,000 subs and beyond. As reported yesterday, player has not decided his next club. Chelsea doing everything possible. 5-year contract is on the table. Todd Burley is moving fast, partly to try and starve off other suitors or twists. Chelsea's tactic is to move within 48 hours, knowing Barca can't reach an agreement with Leeds that quick. Barca still hoping Raphinha delays deciding. Arsenal still not ruling out another bid. We're not involved in this anymore, man. Chelsea remains the most likely destination, but it's incorrect to call personal terms a formality or view the transfer as a done deal. Not much has really changed today other than the wait for more Raphinha news breaking Twitter. Is there any update? Because that was 19 hours ago. Richarlison has medical today in Brazil ahead of a move from Everton to Spurs. 50 million deal plus add-ons. Tottenham moves fast to complete deal after giving up on Jesus. Crazy. Apparently, Chelsea and Newcastle both considered Richarlison. Chelsea instead prioritised Sterling. Clubs close to agreeing a fee. Newcastle told he only wanted a London, either Spurs or Chelsea at the time they're informed. Newcastle just ain't got that juice yet, man. Let's calm it down. And again, 2 hours ago, apparently Chelsea have talks with Deco today to discuss Raphinha terms. 5-year contract offer tabled. As previously reported, Chelsea knew after agreeing a fee they had to act fast with the aim to agree in terms in 48 hours. Failure to achieve this could give Barca the upper hand. Again, people, Arsenal still haven't made another offer yet. Told Edu is wary before getting clarity on the situation from Deco. He doesn't want to waste time if Raphinha prefers Chelsea, which we heard was the case. But again, right now, Raphinha hasn't fully decided. Big day ahead. Just a reminder, 2 players can and do agree terms with multiple clubs, which is true. So yeah, man, that's that with Raphinha. Jesus obviously met an Arsenal fan and he said, I'm so excited for this latest chapter. I mean, this guy said he's 22 years of age. You're a liar, man. You're at least 40. Raphinha's new offer on personal terms is higher than all those received so far. Again, Chelsea have been onto him from January, February, as have Barca. You look at his attacking record, people. Since it's joined, obviously coming to the Premier since October 2020, he ranked 6th for assists with 12, 11th for goals with 17, 6th for chances created with 129, dribbles completed. He's also 6th with 118, 155 shots places him at 6th place. And I think he's up there for goals scored from outside the area, which would have made him a lit signing. Chelsea have broadly agreed personal terms with Raphinha with an offer of a 5-year deal and 134k per week. They're still aiming to complete the signing despite don't know why I said Edu, holding 11th hour talks with Barca. Once again, Barcelona are now competing with both Arsenal and Chelsea to sign Raphinha from Leeds, according to Fabrizio Romano, people. So we'll have to see. Barca's problem is that they need to get their finances in order, as there's a lot of moving parts in relation to that. Dembele's future is still undecided. They're still in talks with Bayern to sign Lewandowski, and Manchester United in negotiations to sign Frankie de Jong, people. Once again, Raphinha's preference is a move to the Camp Nou, and he agreed personal terms in March, people. So make of that what you will. Why Chelsea, Barca, and Arsenal all want Leeds United Brazilian ace? I mean, I'm not gonna read this. We all know why we would want him in it, people. We all know why we would want him. He's an exciting player. We don't need to waste time with that. Apparently, Arsenal make third 34 million transfer offer for Lisandro Martinez as Mikel Arteta steps up hunt for Ajax defender. The North London club have improved the financial terms of their second bid of 34 million for the centre-back. We obviously had a first bid of 26 to Dortmund. They've sold Gravenberch. Do they want to get rid of the 5'9" Argentine international centre-back who can play at left-back and in midfield? Allegedly, we'll have to see. Apparently, journalist drops Arsenal transfer blow as 25-year-old could sign new contract. Alex Crook, whoever this is, has claimed Leicester are now confident about keeping Yuri Telemans this summer, and the Arsenal transfer target could sign a new deal at the King Power Stadium. I don't know where he's got that. He said they're hoping to sign Yuri Telemans. That seems to have gone cold now. They were hoping to sign him, but yet he may well sign a new contract at Leicester. If they were a Champions League club, then he would be at Arsenal by now. There are still rumblings, but the more it drags on, the more likely it is that he stays at Leicester. I know they offered him a very lucrative contract offer, matching the one which is on the table in North London, possibly with even a release clause. So I think Leicester are confident of keeping him. All right, mate. Let's see. Obviously, United and Arsenal have been priced out of a move for Ruben Neves. They're saying they want 75 million. Have a good time with that. I don't know if 90-minute sport are the most credible dons, but apparently Torino have had a meeting with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham to discuss Bremer. Now, Chelsea are looking for centre half. Spurs look like they're getting Lynette, and Arsenal have been linked with the centre half in Martinez, so that's where it's probably come with. But allegedly, he's heading to London to hold talks with several Premier League clubs over the transfer of Bremer, people. And apparently, they're hoping to sell him for 50 million, which is similar to what we might have to pay for Lisandro Martinez, people. I mean, I don't know why that's up there, but fair play. I mean, we've already spoken about that. We've placed a third Martinez bid as rival circle, people. So let's see how this goes, people. We'll have to see. Apparently, Bellerin has returned to... we've returned to first team training. Bellerin returns to work with Arsenal while his futures remains unsolved. I mean, you've seen Maitland-Niles, Pepe, Bellerin. I don't even know for Torreira, but they're obviously contracted to Arsenal. They have to... That looks like it's Reece Nelson. They have to return for pre-season. Allegedly, there's several teams interested in Bellerin. I mean, we know where we're at with Bellerin. Hopefully, he keeps it moving. Hopefully, where Germany and America are concerned, players that are not involved stay at home, really and truly. And as you can see, everybody's back. You know, you need to go out on loan. Balogun, you need to leave the club, Ainsley. Zach Swanson, you don't have a future here. The longer you stay at Arsenal, the more I question it. You need to move on. Big up Arteta. Gaffer. Nelson, it's probably best you go out on loan or permanent. Miguel Aziz, probably best you go out on loan. Patino, let's hold off until January. 1, 2, need to go out on loan. I mean, if we get an offer for Holding, entertain it. Shout out Amari Hutchinson as well. Yeah, so the boys are back. Nice to see Partey in training as well. Shout out to Sosa as well. Look at him, little man Bellerin getting held off. You need to sort it out, Zach. You're not going to make it at Arsenal. So yeah, the man them are back in training, people. Chelsea enter fight for Raphinha and formalised proposal to Leeds. As you know, Chelsea entered the fight. Long story short, 55 million to 60 million has been agreed. According to Gold, the offer pleased Leeds, who, however, are still waiting for a new move from Arsenal. The current Raphinha club understands that it could benefit from a dispute between the two teams and intends to accept the highest offer. And I mean, there is a bidding war. At some point, Arsenal, Chelsea, or Barcelona have to move away. Raphinha's preference is Barcelona. It is what it is. Another team that showed interest in Raphinha but did not make an official offer was Tottenham. As it says there, once again, Barcelona make 11th hour hijack bid for Raphinha with Barcelona facing fight. Can you go back, please? What the hell is that? As you know, Chelsea have been trying to finalise personal terms once again. They've agreed an offer, but Barcelona last night tried to make an 11th hour swoop. Deco is leading it. And obviously, Deco is, trying to get his feet in the Barcelona door and probably bring through a lot of these Brazilian dons. So it makes sense. I think Chelsea are going to end up getting Neymar and Dembele. So it is what it is. If you still sell If you still sell yourself the dream of Serge Gnabry, people, then, it is what it is. But for you lot that do sell yourself the Serge Gnabry dream, it's here in it, people. Allegedly, Bayern Munich threatened to send Gnabry to the stands if he doesn't extend or leave this summer, people. And they've seen Sole and Alaba cut. Apparently, the 26-year-old is probably worth at least 45 to 50 million. So that's 45 to 50 million. And I believe 230, 250 sort of region for wages. I'm not saying it is the wrong or the right thing to do, but it's one that's going to be expensive, and maybe one that if his contract runs down, which we heard, it might make it more attractive, really. Man United also interested in him. Apparently, the player himself is not impressed by the club's negotiating position, and it's easy to see why. If he gets benched for the whole season, they were not going to bench him. If they do, they're cutting off their nose to spite their faces, people. So we'll have to see what happens in regards to that, people. They can't let him leave for free. I just think they're doing the strong arm tactics. I don't think that will work, really, because you're going to cut off your nose to spite your face. You're going to need Gnabry. I know they've got a whole list of talents, but it looks like Lewandowski wants to play in sunny Spain and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, what else is going on with Arsenal? As I said, Jack Wilshere, managerial settings. They've said Gabriel Jesus' number 9 shirt's been leaked. I mean, really? We really thought he was going to get any number apart from the number 9? Really?